Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. First off, huge thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel. We're over 1,000 finally. It took 5.5 years to get there with being on and off again with everything, but we made it. So thank you so much for that. It was pretty exciting watching that last number tick over to 1,000. Would have been 2-3 weeks ago here when it happened. So thanks to everyone for that. It's been an interesting fall. It has been beautiful, gorgeous weather. Farmers have been just rolling away, getting their crops taken off. The crops have been very variable. We've had some pretty low yields for some soybeans and stuff, but we've also had some pretty big ones as well. But the weather has just been gorgeous, and it has been nonstop the whole last month and a half since the early part of September. We've had a couple little small rain days, nothing too crazy, but we finally just started getting some rain here the last couple days, which has slowed some people down a little bit. And again, most of the soybeans are done, but we're getting into corn here. So I left everybody alone, especially with combine demos and stuff like that, because guys just seem to want to roll and not worry about it. So I did a couple sprayer demos, a couple of tractor demos here and there, and I've got some footage of that. I'll throw it in here as we start yakking a little bit here in this episode. But today, I'm just coming into Wyoming now. We're headed down to Kent Bridge with a Ideal 8 wheeled machine and the 12-row chopping corn head to get it set up to start demos this afternoon. So we'll bring you along with that and show you that. And then we've also got a used Ideal 8 running just west of where we're going today with an 8-row. And it was the one that we used back in wheat harvest. And it was a demo for him as his combine that he uses is down. And his dealer's fixing it, but they've asked if they can rent this one for the last 150 acres worth of the corn. So I'll try and show some footage of that as well here too, just so you can see the difference between the two chopping heads. One's a lawnmower blade and one's the rotodisc from Geringhoff. So yeah, so that's the sort of the scoop is what's going on right now. Again, it's busy, but just wanted to lay back on the videos and doing some demos and stuff here just because it just nobody wanted to stop, which I don't blame them. I wouldn't either. So anyways, here we go. I'm going to be leaving here for an 1.5-hour drive down to the customer's place, and we'll get going with getting this thing set up. So while we're out starting to do our demos here, finally, I wanted to make a quick note. I know that the Fendt team for the Ideal Harvest crew are out doing a harvest tour through the States. They started at Brian Brown's place in Ohio, maybe last week or the week before, not quite sure of the dates, but his video's been out for a little bit with the two machines running there. And then there's some other big names that are on social media there that they're trying to get to as well. And I'll throw some links down below to some of the TikTok and Twitter and YouTube channels that they've been doing that with, just to see how they're making out with it. So these machines have come a long way from the Mike Mitchell days back when he was the first one to have them with the issues that they've had. Brian actually is having a few issues this year, but I think it's a bit more random than it still sucks, but I think it's random as to what's going on there. They have made tons of headway with machines, and I think that they are one of the leaders in the field now for what's available for combine and technology and quality and everything else like that. So it's good to see them getting around to these people, and it'll be interesting to see if anybody makes the jump to them and starts to make a move towards Fendt. So I had to go around. There's a bridge access out. For once, they actually labeled it as only being 3.5 meters wide, which there's no way that we're fitting through that. So the other day when I was coming down this way to do the used combine, I got caught in it and had to blow a donut in the middle of the road. Today, we missed it, so that's good. But it is narrow back roads here, and when we start meeting somebody else on here, it's going to be a little interesting. But gorgeous fall day. The trees are all turning. It's about 5-6 degrees here today. It's supposed to actually go down into freezing potentially tonight, going into tomorrow. So we're finally getting into fall days from where we were spoiled with all these 18, 20, 24, 25 degree days over the last month and a half that we typically don't have. All right, right, well, we're rolling. It's been a bit of a slow start here. We had to do a calibration for the yield, and they don't have scales on their buggy, so we ended up just doing it with some trucks. So we did 3 dump trucks, or 3 dumps into trucks, and then ran them back to the scale. So we just finished that up. So customer hopped in, he's running the combine now. One of the other sales guys is here too, just sort of learning a little bit. And we're combining corn. So decent yield. We're finding about 5 miles an hour with the chopping corn head is where we want to be with this unit here. But I got a great sample, nothing coming out in the back end at all. So what we did with this machine, it comes in, we got the head married to it. We ended up having to make sure the concaves were all set. We leveled the concaves and just test ran it. I moved the shims on the steering axle to try and get it to turn a little bit better. The problem with these 710s is they're a little wide and they still don't turn the best. I think we'll end up pushing them out a little bit wider so we can get them to turn. The new machines that are coming out for 26 have a new tire option. They're a 620 R38. So it's a narrower tire, but taller. So we can get tighter turning, but we're still getting the same footprint to the ground. So I think that'll be something that we look at doing here when we bring combines in and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't take a lot to do it. It's more, I mean, it's a little bit of time. And then getting the steering module and stuff put into it for the head sight and getting it all working. That's sort of the other part that we have to do with it too. And that took a little bit of time. I still can't get it to work here for some reason, so I got to play with that a little bit more this afternoon. But yeah, it's a little 14-acre field. It's not going to take long to rip it off, but it's working well. I'm happy with it. It's a brand new machine that came to the cornfield for the first time, and the sample's actually surprisingly really good. And I didn't expect that either. I thought we were going to be getting a lot of fines and some grinding up and stuff like that, but it seems to be pretty good with it. So anyways, I'll get a little bit more footage of this thing rolling back and forth for you. I'm going to have to cut this day short a little bit. I got to run home to get kids tonight, but we got them rolling. There'll be more. They're going to run it tomorrow. And then we got another guy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I've got a big surprise for everybody heading into the following week that I'll sort of trick a little bit here, or tease a little bit here to let you see what's going on. But it's going to be a lot of fun here in 2 weeks with what I'm doing. So. So there's a basically 30 inch by 30 inch space. I've got one kernel right there. So anything within a foot. So if you've got, oh, there's another one there. So 2 kernels across 30 inches is good. 2 kernels per square foot will equal a bushel. So we're under a bushel. I might still play with it a little bit more here, but. So with that loss, that could be header loss as well. So the other thing that we'll do, we'll just walk over in between the next corn rows. And typically if you're going to have losses, it's going to show up over here. And it looks really good. So I think we're good there. So yeah, so that's the trick, is you check the header loss, check behind the combine, check what the side view is over to the side of the corn head, or to the combine, out of the way into the next rows, and that's where you see it. this has the Streamer 6 on it. It's doing 6 bushels a second unloading that 485 bushel bin. Thanks again to everyone that's watched these videos. The subscriber count up to 1,036 now is amazing. And I really appreciate everybody doing that. So if you like the video, like and subscribe again. If you want to see more stuff, what you want to see, questions, whatever, throw it down in the bottom comment section. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.